Has the NBA Cup saved the NBA? The first question you got to ask yourself is, does the NBA need saving? And the answer is yes. Everybody who's involved in the NBA knows it. They are trying their best. I mean, think of the big three sports. I think all of us can agree that the NFL is either holding steady or ascending. I mean, we're going to have a game on Netflix on Christmas. I mean, it's or Christmas Eve. It's insane. And even baseball, yeah, baseball is still number three. I mean, it's not the 1950s where baseball and boxing were number one. Back in the 1950s, basketball players dribbled with two hands and shot the ball underhand. It ain't the 1950s. So baseball is still number three. But that being said, I think most people who watch sports would say that baseball has stopped their decline and might even be rising. Definitely, at least with the contracts. But I don't think there's anyone who right now is saying seriously that the NBA is on the rise. I mean, there are people that are being silly now, and I think this is ridiculous, that are saying that, well, NBA better watch out because the WNBA is going to pass them. And when I hear that, I'm like, I don't know about that because the WNBA has some of the same problems that the NBA has. And one of the biggest problems that the NBA has is it is a star based league. And most other sports aren't like that. Like, think about the NFL. Just picture it. If Dak Prescott got traded from the Cowboys to the Commanders, how many Cowboys fans will become Commanders fans? Let me tell you, you don't need any hands or any fingers. Zero. However, if LeBron James was traded to the Clippers, how many people would be Clippers fans all of a sudden? There would be a lot because it's a star based league. The problem is the NBA has not created any stars in a while. And it's really kind of weird because we know as Jordan was getting old, you had Kobe and Shaq and players like that, Allen Iverson, all these players like that as he was getting old. And as they were getting old, you had LeBron James and Steph Curry, come in. But when you think about the NBA now, matter of fact, let's not think about you because if you're watching this channel, you must really like sports. Imagine asking an older lady or just a young teenager, at the mall. Yes, going up to a young teenager, but you get what I'm saying. Asking a young adult, can you name 10 NBA players? They're not going to be able to do it because the NBA, I mean, they're going to name players that either are older, that are soon to be retired. They're going to say LeBron, Shaq. I mean, they're going to really, really struggle. I mean, there are even people that are, pretty moderate NBA fans that can't name 10 players right now. And if they do, all of the players skew old. So that's one of the main problems of the NBA is it's a star-based league versus a team-based league like the NFL, and definitely to baseball. I love Acuna, but if he goes to the Mets, there's no way I'm ever when Freeman went to the Dodgers, it was over. So basketball being a person-based league is a problem because they're not creating new stars. Number two, and this is the same problem that baseball has, there are too many games. We know baseball has over 160 games, but basketball has over 80 games. Over 80 games. There are no fans out there that will be sad if they announce tonight that starting next season, there are only 40 games. I mean, the biggest fanatics, obviously the owners, the TV people, they won't be happy. I'm talking about the fans. There are no fans like, I'm at game number 70. I'm glad there are 10 more games. No. Make the NBA season 40 games. All of the fans are happy. Popularity goes up. There's scarcity because that's what makes college football and NFL so great. There are not a lot of games. Whether you're going to attend, watch on TV, or whatever, every game counts because there's so few, especially in college football. Another problem that they have in the NBA is too many teams make the playoffs, and they tried to fix this by, doing the play-in tournament. But for all intents and purposes, most people, even though from a stats purpose it doesn't count as the playoffs, now you've actually expanded the playoffs to 10 games. You kind of added a wild card round. Really, that's all the play-in game is, a wild card round. So now 10 in each conference have a chance to make the playoffs at the end of the year. The NBA needs to reduce their season to 40 games. They need to have only 4 teams in each conference make the playoffs. And if you want to have a play in, maybe do have a 2 team per conference play in. But what has happened is the TV people and the owners obviously and understandably have a lot more power. So what they're doing short-term things which helps their pockets in the short term, but in the long term aren't good for the NBA. So, let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment or a question or whatever. What do you think? How has the NBA Cup, improved the NBA, and what are some things that the NBA can do to improve the product? So let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you next time.